Hello friends, welcome to my channel Excellent Coaching. I'm starting today with goals of psychological inquiry, which comes in the chapter 2 of class 11th NCERT book, and the name of the chapter is Methods of Psychological Inquiry. So first topic here is goals. What are the goals of a psychological inquiry? First of all, let me tell you what a psychological inquiry is. A psychological inquiry is something which is done to know the psychological factors of a person. Whenever a psychologist tries to find out anything which is related to psychological factors in human being, he has certain goals which he has to follow, and those goals are stepwise. Like he will start with the first goal, then he'll go to the second one, then to the third one, then fourth, and lastly the final goal. So he has to move in a sequence, and we are going to discuss each goal one by one. Let us start with the first goal, which is the description of the behavior. So first of all, here the researcher needs to describe the behavior he is going to study, because obviously a psychology researcher will be going to talk about behavior only. There is nothing else which is apart from the behavior he is going to research on. So which particular behavior is he going to target? Which behavior? See, for researching anything, we need to see what are the problems which people are facing around us. Suppose if we want to know how many hours of studying will lead to a successful career or a success in exam, we'll study about that particular studying habit of the person. We need to research on the studying hours and the type of studying required for getting good marks. So there should be a problem which you can see people are facing, and there may be something which you feel that you are interested in. So you need to find that particular habit or particular behavior. What particular thing is causing that behavior, how that behavior is leading to certain consequences. Keeping these things in mind, the researcher needs to describe the behavior he is going to research on. So he will describe, and he will also describe how that behavior will be recorded. The description requires recording of a particular behavior. So for example, in this case I am taking the studying habit as a behavior. So the researcher will describe that I want to study the studying habit, or I want to research on the studying habit of the certain students, maybe a particular age group. He will have to write which age group he is going to study, whether they will be males or females, whether they are urban area students or rural area. So everything has to be described. Which the participants, who will be the participants, who will be the target for this study, everything has to be described. So this is what description is. Next is prediction of a behavior. Now, after you describe a behavior, you are going to record that behavior, you are going to research on the behavior, you are going to analyze it. Why you are doing these things? Because you want to understand the behavior very accurately, and then you want to predict that. By your research, you will be able to predict that when this behavior going to occur in future, how this behavior is occurring, what is the cause of that behavior, what are the antecedent factors of the behavior. Antecedent factors means something which is causing the behavior. So you are doing your research in order to predict the behavior in future, so that you can help through your knowledge to people who are suffering from certain kinds of behavior. Suppose you are studying or researching on a behavior related to smoking habits. You do your research, you collect your data, you analyze, you find out some things, and your findings can tell you that if certain conditions occur, people indulge in smoking behavior. Now through your findings, you will be able to predict the behavior, and you will be able to help the people who are suffering through such kind of problems. So that is why prediction is the main goal of researching in anything related to our behavior. If you are able to understand and describe the behavior accurately, you come to know the relationship of a particular behavior with other type of behaviors or other situations. Next goal is explanation of the behavior. Now while you are researching on certain behavior, you are going to explain the behavior. Psychologists are like interested in knowing that factors that make the behavior occur, which I already told you, they are called the antecedent factors, or determinants we can be also called. So those determinants which make a certain behavior occur is the foremost interest of a psychological inquiry. And also what conditions, which condition let the particular behavior occur, and when the conditions, there is a cause and effect relationship whenever we study about certain behavior. What is cause and what is effect? Cause is something which causes a particular behavior to occur, and effect is that behavior. Whenever you are talking about cause and effect relationship, cause is the determinant of that behavior. Determinant means the something which is causing the behavior, determinant. And effect is that particular behavior which you are researching on. So your aim as a researcher is find out what are the determinant factors and what happens when those factors are prevalent. So cause and effect relationship, there I remember that word variable also is required to understand. If we are talking about cause and effect relationship, you should also understand we are talking about the variables here. So something which is causing the behavior are known as independent variables, and something which is happening because of the cause is known as dependent variable. I am going to explain it again later. So explanation of that behavior. Next is control of a behavior. Now you are doing your research to know, to predict the behavior, to understand the behavior, so that in future you can help people to control their behavior. If they are suffering from a behavior which is causing them problem, your research will help them to control that behavior by reducing that behavior. And if they are if they want to increase something which is already present in their behavior, like if they want to increase their happiness, if they want to increase their amount of studying hours, your research will help them to again control their behavior and increase it. So controlling doesn't mean only reducing. Controlling means you can make a particular behavior happen, you can make reduce the behavior, or you can enhance the behavior. So how will you do that? Your own research, your own findings will help the people to control the antecedent factors which causes the behavior, and that is how your behavior will also be controlled. And finally the application of the research. So now you have gone through the data, you have collected the data, you have researched on it, you have analyzed, your findings are out, and you know that there are certain antecedent factors that is causing some behavior. If we control those factors, the behavior will be controlled. Now what will you do with so much of knowledge? You will apply it, obviously. You will apply your psychological research to solve problems of people. You will apply it to help people to improve their behavior. So that is what is called as application of behavior. So I hope you have understood the all the goals of a psychological inquiry. So starting from description of the behavior, a psychologist aims at predicting the behavior. He wants to explain the reasons of the behavior, and he wants to control that behavior in terms of increasing it, decreasing it, make it happen. And lastly, he tries to apply that knowledge. So this was the goals of inquiry. For next topic, we'll further talk in my next video. Thanks for watching.